Hey, this is Sam from KitchenGadgetsClub.com and also the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I've got a brilliant one for you and I'm making a jam shortbread. This is like a twist between shortbread bars and a shortbread meets cobbler. It's absolutely delicious, it's easy to make, and you're just going to love the simple everyday ingredients that go into this. And I'm using it because I've got leftovers from our photo shoot from making our new cookbook, the Multi-Cooker Cookbook, and I just had to share with you some of the ingredients that I had left over and the fun things you can make when you've just got some pantry staples left that you want using up. So, already into the bowl, I have flour and sugar. I've also got butter here and I've got some vanilla bean extract. And the thing about this is it's just a simple shortbread recipe that we're going to add some jam to, so it's just so simple. And I just love this, and I'm loving this, cooking this in the 15-in-1 as well. And it also solves one of the problems, which is normally when you're cooking baked goods in the air fryer, it seems to cook on top and not do the bottom section. With this, we cook the bottom, we add the jam, and then we add the topping, and wait until you see our hack for spreading the jam on top of the shortbread in the middle. It's brilliant. So let's get started, shall we? So I've got my flour and sugar, got my butter. It's softened butter. It works better when you've got softened butter, but this has gone a bit too soft, so I need to grab some of it off the chopping board. And then I find the easiest method is to completely cover your butter and then start mixing it with your hands. And then it's starting to come together a bit, but I've still got a fair bit of flour there. So I should have done this before getting my hands dirty, but I've only got enough vanilla in here ready for this recipe. So I'll do it like that. And then you want to incorporate that bit of flour. Oh, it's coming together brilliant, is this shortbread. Cal came and grabbed some in the kitchen earlier and said it was the best ever, so hopefully I can achieve the same for him on video. And there's your shortbread dough. Oh, and this is just so soft and lovely. And the thing about shortbread dough is because it's high butter, low sugar, it comes together nicely with your hands without having to add in extras. So there's no eggs, milk or water that you need to add to it. But also, if it's hot weather, it can go really soft in your hands and the butter can start to melt. So try not to over mix it when you're adding it, especially if you suffer from bakers' sweaty hands, which, yes, is a thing. Some bakers have sweaty hands, so they need to keep putting the hands in some cold water in between baking. So hopefully you've got cold hands. So once you've made that, what we're going to do is we're going to put a bit of it to one side. So if you look, that's the piece there. So let's lose that amount. So then I'd say 3/4. So that amount is going to go back into your mixing bowl, and this is going to be your cobbler topping, and this is going to be your bottom. So I'm just going to get some parchment paper out and we can start lining it and get it cooking. So the most satisfying thing of baking has to be this. And you're making it all scrumpled up so that you can open it back up again and use it for your baking. I'll look at that now. So then flatten it over your baking area. And I find these that I use for the air fryer just kind of like a perfect size on top. So I've also got out some jam because we're going to be using that for the middle layer. You can use any flavour you want. I've got some leftover raspberry and some leftover strawberry here. So I'm going to finish the raspberry and maybe use a tiny little bit of the strawberry as well. So just so that I can have a clear out. Now, we need to be adding your dough. So grab your dough, pop it in the middle. And you want it to fill this area And if it doesn't quite fill it, you can steal some of your other that you've put aside if you put too much aside. But this is easier than just rolling it out. And you want it to fit the size. So just keep turning it round until it does. Oh, I don't think I've done a bad job there. And this, of course, makes clear up so much easier by using the parchment paper. Oh, wow, what do you think? So that is also a loose bottom one, so it's so easy for removing when you're done. So now I've done that. Look at that. I can get the 15-in-1 back out and we can get it cooking. So now that your bottom is cooking, let's finish the top. And the top is a really, really easy transformation because it's kind of like a cobbler. It just needs a little bit of oats adding to it. So if you grab it, the bowl that you're still doing your mixture in, and then a little bit of sugar, about a tablespoon of sugar in total, and then just give it a good mix in here. You won't use all the oats, you're just collecting a good chunk of them. So you're kind of rolling your mixture around in the sugar and the oats. So if you flatten it down like that, it will incorporate more and more of it. And then that is your top. So we're going to put the top to one side and we're going to wait until the bottom has finished cooking, and then we can show you how to put it together. So now we've got the 15-in-1 out, I've got the rack and it's in position like this because I love the fact that the handles come out so that whatever you're cooking you've got a really good grip to it. And then what happens is the shortbread can sit on the rack inside just like that, and it's just so perfect because then you've got the handles and you can move it around, and it's really good for prep because sometimes I find it easier when I'm adding the top layer to take it out, so I've got the handles as my backup. So then grab it like that and then in you go. And it's as simple as that. So putting the lid down, so pop it on, and you want to be right across on the right hand side. You want to be on bake, and you're looking for 180 Celsius, that's 360 Fahrenheit, and you're looking for a cook time of 15 minutes, and then press start. Introducing you to the Complete Multi-Cooker Cookbook, featuring all your favourite recipes including chicken pie, risotto, soup, sponge pudding of course. And there is 125 delicious everyday recipes in here that you're just going to absolutely love. And then if you pop over to the back cover, you can see even more delicious recipes that are included, including our favourite Spanish potato casserole. We've got some nice vegetables going on. We've got lasagna in there. We've got granola and homemade yogurt. And then of course the best one of them all, teaching you how to do pork with crackling, and we've got many tips and tricks for using the probes. And of course, remember, all our cookbooks come with both metric and imperial measurements. And this is going to be the first multi-cooker cookbook that's traditionally published. So we're really, really pleased that they've chosen us to do this with. It's going to be an absolute honour to bring it to you. So don't forget to head over to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/books and pre-order yourself a copy. And we've baked. So, shall we show you what the shortbread looks like so far? And doesn't that look beautiful? It's so golden and lovely on top already. And that's just on a 15-minute cook time. So, the next step is jam. It's jam time. So, this is where the hat comes in. So, add your jam on top there. So I've used up that one. And now we're back onto the other one. So it depends on how jammy you like it. So that's the equivalent there really of about 4 tablespoons. So now pop your lid back on. So then for your lovely jam, you're looking for air fry. You're looking for 180 Celsius, that's 360 Fahrenheit. and then a cook time of 3 minutes, and then press start. And we've beeped. So, shall we check on it? And are you ready for the hack? The hack is that 3 minute cook time warms up the jam and makes it easier to spread on top. Just look at that for spreadability. You know, instead of feeling like you're hacking away at the top of it trying to get that jam everywhere. And then just spread that jam about and give it a really good coating wherever you can with the back of a spoon. It does a marvellous job of this. And then whatever you do, don't touch that hot jam because it will scorch you. So then we're just left with, you're doing it like a cobbler. So you're just putting little scrunchy little bits of it on top. So you can just grab a bit, kind of like when you're doing dumplings as well. You just grab a bit, pop it on. Grab another bit. You can be as messy or as clean as you want. There's no rules here. Just trying the best you can to cover the bulk of the jam. And then we haven't got much left now to cover. And then you can have a last sprinkle with some of the bits on top, and it's ready to go back on. I mean, wasn't that easy? It's just a simple way of doing it, and then you're not touching the jam either because it's red hot, and it's just a really quick way of kind of creating a cobbler out of the shortbread dough that you've got left over. So pop your lid back down. So press bake. And then you're looking for 180 Celsius, 360 Fahrenheit, and a cook time of 15 minutes, and then press start. And we've beeped. Well, I could smell it before I heard the beep. So shall we check on it and I'll show you what it's like. Are you ready for this? This is going to be good. Oh, look at that. It's like a proper cobbler. It's like a cobbler meets doing shortbread, and it's just such a fun way and alternative than your traditional shortbread when you're cooking with these gadgets, and I just love the kind of things that you can achieve with it. So I'm just going to let it cool down before I grab it out, and then we can allow it to rest and I can show you what it's like. So I've allowed it to cool for a couple of minutes, and then you can grab a tea towel, and it's really good for getting by the handles to pull it out. So like that. And then, as you can see, I've got it by the handles, and it's just perfect to put into one side. And then, like I mentioned before, the handles open up like this, and then you can grab out your baked goods. Look like that, like that. And now I can put this to one side to cool down a bit before I show you it. And then, look at the rack. I just love how easy it is to use the rack when you're doing this kind of cooking. So I'm going to be as impatient as ever whilst I wait for it to cool enough so that I can show you it. So I've allowed it to cool down a bit. The kids are still nagging me though because they all want some. So let me give you a closer up. That's how well it comes out with its container. That's pretty much clean. You don't need that now. And then what you can do is you can just remove it like that from its paper liner. Oh, look at that. Doesn't it look fantastic? So moment of truth, shall we slice some? So how big a slices do you like? You can do it into little chunks, into bigger pieces, whatever you want. Let me give you a close-up of it. Oh, look at that with the lovely jam filling. And the shortbread bottom, and look at how well the shortbread's cooked using the setting. You know, sometimes it's so hard and you can get a soggy bottom when you're doing air fryer cooking, but oh, look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic on these long strips? Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? I'm in love. And they're all like that as well. And the ones on the end, it's brilliant for the jam lovers. Oh, so shall we try some? Oh, it's like jam heaven. And if you skimp too much on the jam, then they can end up dry, so make sure you include at least 3 to 4 tablespoons of jam, if not more. Oh, they're so nice. As you can see, you can do whatever size you kind of like. Wow, I'm in love. Just have to show you it again. Doesn't that look fantastic? Oh wow, look at that. So, better feed everyone. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook and on Pinterest, TikTok. We're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at KitchenGadgetsClub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.